Hi guys, another video, bit of a different one today. We're doing deadline day special. I love football. This is my mate, he also loves football, so I'll let him introduce himself now.
I'm Jamie, I'm a massive Chelsea fan, and obviously he's Manchester United.
Yeah,
So
nah, we're better, it's alright man. We lost to them in the FA Cup, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
So basically, we're just going to talk about football, obviously, because we both like football. And like the deals that are going through or have happened, just like a bit of an overview really. So for me, I want to start off by saying about United and their deals. So they've got Diego Dalot, I think it was on a free, and they've also got Fred for an undisclosed. They've also got the Stoke goalkeeper Lee Grant. So they're like our free signings, but they're not top quality. But what do you think on that?
Well, Lee Grant from Stoke?
Yeah.
Not worth it, mate.
See, this is what I'm saying.
He's not going to get in. Is he just like the backup? He's like Robert Green at Chelsea.
He is like Robert Green at Chelsea, right, exactly. But we got him on a free. I don't know if you paid for him.
We got him on the free as well.
There we go then. Sorted.
But we're paying for 4 goalkeepers, you lot ain't.
We've got 3, I think.
Yeah,
De Gea,
we're paying for
Pereira, but then I think he's gone on loan to someone.
He's gone on loan, but he paid his wages.
Yeah, and then we've got Lee Grant now as well.
Yeah, so you got 3.
But anyway, so that's that. So in my opinion, I think we need some centre backs. Obviously, you've heard we've been linked to Boateng, Maguire, Alderweireld, and recently Godin as well. But we obviously heard about that. That went straight in and then straight back out again because he signed a new deal till like 2022 or whatever it was. So anyway, the Chelsea signings, in my opinion, they've only had 2. They've got Jorginho and they've got Kovacic. I don't know if you can add to that.
3, maybe 4 by the end of the afternoon.
Yeah, well, anyway, we'll
maybe
see.
Aaron Ramsey will be in the Panama again.
We'll see, won't we? There's about just under 2.5, just over 2.5, 2 hours 50 left. So pretty much we're just going to go through a few teams and say what we think is good and bad, and any people that we think will come in.
And also a preview of the head of this big weekend of the Premier League's finally back.
There we go.
Man City may do it again, but we don't know. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll get on to that bit. So we'll start off with Arsenal. So for me, I think that they've got Torreira, who's good, and Leno, who's good, with Lichtsteiner, who's alright. I don't know whether you've got anything to add to that.
Manager,
yeah. How can you forget that?
It's going to be a big ask for the North London side because you got Umar coming from PSG, won the title at PSG. Can't he hasn't won Europe. He's brought 30-year-old to the club, 2 30-year-olds, keeper. Keeper.
He is a good keeper, I rate him.
I think with Arsenal they need to sort out who they're keeping, who they're not, who they're going to play. Formation 4-3-3 again for I reckon they'll go back to 4 after Wenger.
Yeah.
Pretty tough asking for him this year.
I mean, for me, Unai Emery, he's a good coach, but he's not really had a challenge because obviously he's managed PSG.
He's never been to this league.
He's managed PSG, so that's like not really. Monaco's probably the closest that had come to them, but even them at the time of him being in charge weren't really that good. It's only been recently when like they've actually been good. But yeah, new challenge, new league, so we'll see how he gets on. The next one, Burnley. I don't think they've made any standout signings, but they're solid club.
What's his face they're getting? If it's not gone through yet. Vidra from... Matthew Vidra from...
Vida, yeah.
Naki Wells going the other way, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, that should be a good...
Joe Hart.
Joe Hart, yeah.
But where does he stand on when the other two
Yeah, exactly. Who is it? Heaton and Pope. That's it. Yeah.
Looking bright at Burnley though.
To be fair, they're a solid squad though. They don't really need to do much business.
Europe,
yeah.
Europe and top 7 their losses this year.
Yeah, if they can get back into Europe, already being in Europe, and get a similar spot to what they got last season, I think they'll do pretty solid. Bournemouth, yeah, they've got, who have they got? Again, they've got older players. They did indeed. I can't remember who that was for, but we'll find out in a minute.
I don't know. No point. They're going to finish. They're going to do well this year, though.
Yeah, I reckon. Again, they'll do well. I mean, they've lost. I think it's a Phobie they've lost.
Yeah, no, that was Wolves.
Wolves, that was it. Yeah. So yeah,
that'd be pretty tough. I reckon it'd be a tough season for them.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's the Premier League. It's not going to be easy.
No.
So
Brighton's another big loss this year. They've gone gun blazing all over the summer. They started 1st of July. They got players back in. I don't think they had anyone went to the World Cup.
No, I don't think they. I think they were one of the only clubs that didn't have anyone that went.
Yeah. Made sign
I mean, they were after. I don't know if it's the right club, but they were after that Reading centre half.
Yeah, Liam Moore, who,
Yeah, that's
who
it.
has now come out today and said he's staying at the club. He's staying. He's brought out a statement today at Reading saying, saying no disrespect to the club that was in us, which was looks like it was Brighton. Said no disrespect. He may have his own certainty. He wants to stay and fight for his place at Reading and he says thank you to the manager and the players for all of the support they've had. And he missed the game actually against Frank Lampard's team, Derby County.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Right.
Okay, right. So we've done a few teams. So we've done like up to Cardiff, or well, the one just before Cardiff. We're now going to try and do the top 6. Otherwise, we would be here for about 3 years, due to the amount of transfers going through and updates and all that kind of stuff. So, first of the top 6 teams we're going to go through is Chelsea. Obviously, there's a badge just there. So obviously he's going to be quite happy. So I'll let him take the lead, and I'll come in where I feel necessary and give my opinions.
Right. The thing is with Chelsea this summer, they've been a bit sceptical. They get rid of Conte. That was the first move they made. A bit late, would think. And then they brought Mitch Cesarian from Napoli, which was a really big ask in about 2.5 weeks now with his players. He had a couple missing, like Eden Hazard, Leauge, Kante, Courtois, who has now left Chelsea for 35 million to Real Madrid.
So what's your thoughts on that, like Chelsea losing a big player like that?
What he's done about it. None, as a Chelsea fan, no fan's happy. They're happy to see him go because of the way he did it. He didn't turn up for training 2 days running to hold talks. The club should have fined him instead of and then let him go. So they should have fined him at least what they did at Manchester United for Martial.
Yeah.
But they decided not to. And they just let him run freely in Belgium until he wanted the go-ahead. Tuesday night came, it was for an advanced tour with Kepa from Atletico Bilbao over a fee of a record transfer fee for 71.6 million.
Stupid transfer fee for a 25-year-old. Absolutely
23.
Stupid. Okay, it's 23 then. 2 year difference, but still.
Also, the fee was agreed early Wednesday morning. The player flew out yesterday, and he has signed for Chelsea on the 7-year deal, leading mate top the first choice goalkeeper with Willy Caballero, and now Robert Green, who came from Huddersfield on a freebie, which I don't see any point of happening.
No, for me that's a bit silly. You've already got a good keeper now in Kepa, and you've also got Caballero as like a backup. I don't think you needed another keeper personally. The next one, Jorginho. That would be, for me. I'm a United fan, but for me, I would be happy for him to come to United. Obviously, he's gone to Chelsea, so it is what it is. But I would have been happy. He would have fitted into the team at United, I reckon, alongside Pogba. But I don't know what your thoughts are on Jorginho.
Sure, it was going to Manchester City. Agreed, apparently a fee and that was agreed due to personal terms. And when Chelsea announced Maurizio Sarri, the first signing was Jorginho that came in, which is a big bargain, Napoli's best midfielder of last season, and now Maurizio Sarri's dismantled it. Napoli took his best player out, and he's brought him to Chelsea with a new system of 4-3-3. It's not on the cloud 9 like City are on at the minute, but we'll get to Man City afterwards.
Yeah, City will come a bit later on, but for me, their midfield has got 2 fairly solid players in it now. They've got Kante holding that like machine in the middle, like shutting the balls down and all that kind of stuff. And then they've got Jorginho as well as like the playmaker. So we'll see how it goes.
Kante runs it. Jorginho's the one that holds it, runs back to defence, like he did at Community Shield, and Kante just runs around freely. You see him in one place and you don't see him. He just around that pitch. I don't know how he does it. And then the important role is putting that third midfielder. You have the choice of Ruben Loftus-Cheek, who had a brilliant summer with England in Russia.
Yeah.
Did solid well. And you also have Fabregas, which is obviously you got to think about his quality and all. Where does he stand? And obviously Bakayoko's looks like he's going to AC Milan on a season-long loan, with AC Milan having the option to buy of a £35 million move in the summer, which I think is very stupid after signing for 40 last year. Should have given
Yeah.
him another chance
I
in this
agree.
midfield. But it's what the manager wants.
At the end of the day, he's gone on a season-long loan just to see how he gets on. Obviously, if Milan
Agreed, not done
want
yet.
him, then obviously they've got that option to buy,
It's
but
not done yet,
it's
though,
not
is it?
done yet exactly. So we'll have to see how that goes. Any other transfers you want to pick up on for Chelsea?
Chelsea normally, when it comes to the transfer window, normally with only like two near enough, just under 3 hours to go, Chelsea normally panic buy. It looks like I don't want it to happen because of Arsenal fans, but it looks like Chelsea might put a late bid in for Aaron Ramsey, which was 30 mil to start off with Arsenal, and then apparently there was informal talks with him. Apparently it was the news reports of Fekir from Lyon of 50 mil. Because apparently he was been talking to Chelsea the Tuesday.
So Liverpool fans won't be happy with that, but we'll get on to them again a little bit later on.
And then you still got, and then now it went up to 30, and then the reports were 35 mil for Ramsey, with someone going, Fabregas or Bakayoko going the other way, and now it's dropped down to back to 30. But Chelsea looking keen on either Fekir or Ramsey fitting in that midfield role.
So just going back to the managers, obviously they've gone from Conte to Sarri. Obviously Sarri's meant to be quite a good manager in Italy.
He's won nothing now.
But he's won nothing exactly. Whereas Conte, I think he was the Italian national manager before he was the Chelsea
Italian
manager.
national manager before, and he came out and said to Chelsea that he's a serial winner, and it's proven. He won the Premier League in the first season. Chelsea broke the record for the most wins in 26. Was it 26?
I think it was 17-18.
No,
that was City. Sorry, it was the season before that.
Right, 16-17 when
Yeah,
after
16.
Leicester won it. Chelsea broke the record of the most home wins in the league, which was 30 wins out of 38 games in the Premier League. Substantial of beating Tottenham to the league again, and then the FA Cup misery in the first season against Jammy Arsenal.
As always.
I'd like to call them. Then last year it didn't go right, finished, won the FA Cup, beating this lot, Manchester United. The thing I want to touch on is your opinion on why it took from the FA Cup final up to the 16th of July to sack the manager or whatever and get Sarri in.
Right, so in my opinion on that is obviously they've beaten United, obviously, depend on the form that they were on, it was quite a bit of a shock.
Plus finishing fifth, which wasn't asked for.
Which wasn't good. But the game that they played against United was good, but I don't know if I'm being biased or not, but I feel that Chelsea got away with quite a few bits within that game in terms of tackles and the ref being against us and all the rest of it. But then I was about to say something we probably did as well. But going back to the main question of why did it take so long to change managers, I think it's because Chelsea were thinking, okay, Conte's won this, he's won that. Let's see whether he can do it for another season and not change the manager again, because obviously you've had quite a few managers. You've had like Mourinho, you've had Conte, you've had you've had loads of different like managers. Like just keep changing it.
The only manager that's won the Champions League is Di Matteo.
Yeah, so for me, he's not up in like the Mourinho, Sarri, that kind of class level. But anyway, it is what it is. But
should have sat it, I reckon. My opinion, not being biased, anyone that supports Antonio Conte for what he's done at Chelsea, I'm not being biased. I was happy with what he'd done, but the board should have just like sat down with him and said, "Look, you've won the FA Cup, you've won the league, you didn't get us fourth like we asked. It's time to leave. We'll bring a new manager in, Sarri. We'll have this done. 1st July, he could have come into the club. Sarri could have came in." Spoke to the players, had the players that were there that didn't go to the World Cup or came home early from the World Cup, and is adapt to the style that he wants to play, the philosophy, sit down with players who he wants, who he doesn't want there anymore. Could have got rid of the whole situation that we've had with Courtois, Hazard over the summer, and could have been dealt with a long time ago.
Yeah, so I reckon after the FA Cup win against United, they should have sat down with him and gone, sorry, you've won this and this, as you've said, but we're going to bring a new manager in because you haven't got the thing for next season, which was coming forth. The last thing I just want to talk about Chelsea, Eden Hazard and Morata, what do you think is going to happen with them?
Morata's not going to get... Morata, I said this the other day and I'll say this again. The goals ain't coming from Morata. The only way he's going to score is if Aspie crosses it in, but you can't always rely on Aspie. This goal looks like it come from Bashway, Giroud, and maybe the youngster that I've seen in pre-season friendly, Tammy Abraham, who looks promising, who went out on season long loan to Swansea last year.
Yeah,
And he's come
interesting.
back and playing in a Chelsea shirt now.
So also with Hazard, do you think with the however like just under 2 hours we've got left, or just over 2 hours, however long it is, 2:34 we've got left, he will leave to Madrid like Courtois, or do you reckon he'll be like staying at the club?
Contract of 300 a week.
See, he's a good player, but 300 a week's a bit.
He's already told Chelsea he wants to stay.
300k a week's a bit stupid, but he is that
Makes
like
him
solid player.
Same with Kante. Makes him and Kante the biggest
Paid players in the team.
in the team.
Also, obviously I see the last thing with Courtois and all that, but this is the final thing. Batshuayi, obviously he went out on loan to Borussia Dortmund, absolutely tore it up. Whether that was him or the team or both, I don't know. But obviously he's come back to Chelsea now because that was a loan. Do you reckon he'll stay? Do you reckon he'll go out again? What's going to happen with that?
What time we've got left? I think if Giroud don't have the talks with the team he were, it looks like Atletico Madrid he talks with today. We'll sit down with Sarri, have the talks. If not, Bashway won't be going anywhere. I don't think. If Bashway stays, either Giroud will stay or go. I'm not too sure of what's left for you. This is transfer deadline day. Anything, can happen from
literally
the time from
anything.
up to 5 o'clock this evening. But the thing that worries me, which we can touch on, is what will happen when the season starts and how this could play out for La Liga.
Bundesliga, Serie A, all the other like
Liga.
external massive leagues.
When this window shuts for the league and the EFL today at 5.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. We've got 2.5 hours left, just over. So the next team we're going to talk about is Liverpool. So obviously they've had some massive business. Obviously they got Keita pre-contract, so that was massive for them.
That was done last summer though.
That was done last summer. They've also brought in Shaqiri, which I feel is a bit silly because I don't think he's going to get a game time because they've got Mane, Salah,
game time
Firmino.
if there's injury or he'll be substitute or Champions League. He wants to play in the Champions League. Every player in the world now wants to play big clubs. Wants to play for the big clubs now in the Premier League. For if they've gone for the Championship, or if they were in the Premier League, they want to play bigger, but win Champions League year in year out. You know,
Yeah.
they want to go big clubs.
And then also Fekir, obviously we touched on it earlier with them being in talks, with him talking to Chelsea. Obviously Fekir was linked with Liverpool
For 50 mil.
for 50 mil.
Liverpool said to Leon that they didn't want to buy that, pay that sort of money because they didn't think he was worth it. Talks broke down, and then Chelsea, the rumours have now been obviously Chelsea going for him, but which Liverpool fans have their own opinion on why he won't go to Liverpool. We could tell you why. It's because they signed 3 midfielders this summer, leading Lallana, Henderson, Wijnaldum, where they're going to play, if they're going to play this summer.
Also, Emre Can left for free to Juventus. What's your opinions on that? So in the comments, if you're a Liverpool fan, let us know what you think about the Fekir to Chelsea hijacking your Fekir deal, if it's even going to happen, because I don't think it's been agreed yet. And also the Emre Can on a free to Juventus, because now their team is like the stupid.
Another thing I want to touch on, why Liverpool broke the transfer record earlier this month for Alisson for 67.8
million or something.
67 mil in the summer. Liverpool fans, we want you to know, we'll give you a good chance here. Right, if you're a Chelsea fan, comment below why Kepa is worth a 71 mil, and is he better than Alisson? And if you're a Liverpool fan, comment why Alisson deserves the money he's worth and what he'll do this year.
So also to add to that, which keeper do you think is going to be the best for which club? Do you think that Kepa's going to be best for Chelsea, and do you think Alisson's going to be best for Liverpool? Obviously, it's going to be biased, and there's probably going to be arguments, but you know.
What's your opinion on where that leaves Simon and Karius?
See, for me, Karius is just a bit of a plum, isn't he, really? What he did in the Champions League.
He got concussion, didn't he?
He got concussion, yeah, but in the Champions League, he was doing all right, and then obviously he conceded them 3 dodgy goals. So I think he should be the second choice, which then leaves Mignolet. which I think he should leave. But who he would want to go to, I don't know. I reckon
Barcelona were after him.
Yeah, well, exactly. Well, Barcelona are after him, but then they're after everyone in the world, just like Madrid. But I think that Mignolet would be good at like more suited to like a mid-table club, so like an Everton or like a Burnley or that kind of like around that kind of area. I don't know what you think on that in terms of where if he would leave, where to go.
Loan would do him. Loan with option to buy is the best way players go nowadays on loan.
Yeah.
Got a lot of players going out on loan, option to buys next year. Look at Neymar or look at Kylian Mbappe. He's not got back to Monaco because he's gone now. He went to PSG, didn't he?
He did. But
I think it's stupid.
the age of 19 or 20, however old he is, because I'm 19, right? So I'm doing a degree at the moment. So he's playing football, earning stupid money. Obviously, it's two different things. Like he does what he wants to do, I do what I want to do. But it's just mental. So the next team we're going to talk about is Man City. So they haven't done much business this year, but they are Premier League champions, proven team. Smashing it.
The thing is with City, right? Last year, after the first season, this is the third season now. They're going with Pep. Third season.
Third, I think. Yeah.
3 years, 2 years together, gelled pretty well. Played best football you could ask for the Premier League, but this is where City had to buy 300, spent 500 mil in total out of 2 transfer windows for the players they brought to win the league. I know people say City won it by money. If you save the money if the club saves the money by selling players, keeping their best players, and selling them and save up, you can buy big players. With City now, they only had to have one addition. Mahrez for 60 mil.
Riyad Mahrez for 60 mil from Leicester. So for me, that is a good signing, but where would he fit into the team? If I was Mahrez, even though City are coming in for us coming in for me, and we were linked with them last season, I would still stay at Leicester because I'm a talisman, like with the Vardys and the
he'll play more
Maguires and whatever.
With Sterling with a year on his contract, the reports came out that Sterling wants to leave before his year runs out. It gives Mahrez the opportunity because Mahrez played well at Charity Shield. He's proven he can do well. I think he'll be above Sterling this year. Even maybe Sané's just competition for him at City.
So obviously the main deals that City did were last transfer window. So they got like Laporte and
who's out injured now.
Which is just fantastic for them. City obviously a load of signings last transfer window. So they only needed to do one this season, which is fair enough. But I still think, even though I'm a United fan, that they will win the league
again. If you think Man City will win the Champions League this year, hit a like, comment on what you think they will win this season.
Do you think they will beat the points record of last season again? Down in the comments, let us know. So that's City. So obviously the next team we're going to go
take this one over to
United. So for me, I feel that we haven't really done that good of a transfer window. We've got Fred from Shakhtar. I think that was on a free or an undisclosed, one of the two. We've got Diego Dalot. I think he was from Porto?
Porto.
Porto.
I think so, yeah.
Who was undisclosed as well, I think. And then we've also got Lee Grant. So, for me, I don't see why we have so many keepers and paying the wages for all of them. Obviously, if they're at the club, pay the wages. But if they've gone out on loan, like Pereira's done, to a club in Spain, I'm not sure which club it was, then don't pay those wages for them. We've got David De Gea, obviously one of the best proven goalkeepers in the league. You cannot deny that with some of the saves he made, especially against Aguero when he put it over the bar and everyone thought it was going in.
Chelsea as well.
And against Chelsea, and also the double save against Arsenal when Sanchez was still at Arsenal. That was just an insane save. And then you've also got Pereira and Lee Grant now.
Who's the age of what, 30?
Who's like 30, 31, something stupid like that. And then the key bit for me, being a United fan, is obviously the manager. How he's going to cope, whether he's going to stay, whether he's going to go, because it's going to be
and that Ed Woodward.
And Ed Woodward as well, yeah. So For me, Mourinho, I reckon if he doesn't get Champions League spot this season, he should go. I know that's really silly, but it's just the way it's got to go.
My opinion on the Mourinho and Ed Woodward situation was that come out. Mourinho stated against Bayern Munich it's going to be a very difficult season. If anyone has got a difficult season this year, it is not Manchester United. It is not Manchester City. It is not Liverpool. It's not Arsenal. The only team that you out of the big six right now that has time to show what they've got. Chelsea have got the biggest season of their lives, the biggest one you ever will see. Chelsea being with the manager coming in, the new system, how they're going to adapt, if they're going to be like the Napoli of last year, with Maurizio Sarri taking City all the way to the death, where City just scraped through in the Champions League last year. It's going to be very difficult, but Mourinho needs to get the players he wants.
See, I don't think we will get any more signings in. We've got the 3 signings. They're not key signings. They're not like the Mahrezes or like the Jorginhos or people like that. But they are signings.
You need a centre-back.
We need a centre-back, or 1 or 2 centre-backs. Now Bailly's injured, which is great, because he's our only good centre-back. And then we also, in my opinion, need a right-back, because obviously Valencia's not getting any younger. But the targets that we were wanting for that, one went to Everton, I think it was, that Pereira from, is it Nice or Porto? One of the two. So yeah, United were after him, but then he moved on to someone else. Mina, yeah, but he's most probably going to go to Everton, which is great.
Everton.
So that's just fantastic. And Everton have had a lower offer accepted than United, but whether that's because of the size of the club, I don't know.
Higher.
Okay, so higher then. So
Andre Gomez.
Andre Gomez, yeah, so that's great.
Let's ask your opinion on this, right? When Barcelona came through, 45 million for Paul Pogba, plus the 2 players, do you think United did the right thing by rejecting it?
See, I think that we did do the right thing, because Paul Pogba is one of those players like Ronaldo, like Aguero, like Hazard, that type of player that just brings something.
He's not worth the money you brought him for.
No, he's not worth the money we bought him for.
I'm not being biased. It sounds like I'm being biased. He's not Kevin De Bruyne. He's not Hazard. He's not Kante. He is not one of the Europe's. He was at Juve one of the Europe's elite, but not anywhere at Manchester United at the minute.
He is one of our best players. Like, you cannot deny that.
If you're a Man United fan and you think Paul Pogba should be captain for Man United, like and comment in the description below.
So, going back to what I was saying earlier about the transfers, I think that we should need to get at least 2 centre-backs, as I said. So we were linked to Mina, as we said earlier, Alderweireld from Spurs, which I think we should have gone and got him, but he's 29, injury record and all the rest of it, and also going from big club to big club, it's a bit sceptical. Who else did we have? We also had, Maguire. So obviously he's had a pretty solid World Cup with England. And obviously that would boost his transfer fee up, as you saw with Rodriguez in playing for Colombia in the 2014 World Cup. But 60, 65, maybe even 70 million pounds for a 23, 24-year-old Englishman is just stupid. Anyway, so the next team is Tottenham. So obviously they've done absolutely no business whatsoever.
Apart from Jack Grealish, where they made the bid, and they're not going to get him.
No,
I think
Jack
Grealish came in. Villa owners, new owners came in and said no, that you're not going to get him for 25 million. But Tottenham reckon they're going to make a fresh bid today. Within 2 hours and 19 minutes left, they reckon they'll make an improvement bid. But Jack Grealish said he wants to showcase his skills in the Premier League and the Champions League for Tottenham next year.
So obviously Harry Kane absolutely demolished the goals last season. World Cup Golden Boot winner. Eriksen, again, key player, linking up with Dele Alli. And obviously Alderweireld and the Dembele and Sanchez as well, the Colombian. All solid players. But if you're a Spurs fan, the question I want to ask you is with the Dele Allis, the Harry Kanes, the Sanchez's, the Llorises. Do you think you should have done any signings, even if it's like today, to replace the Dembele, because he's not getting any younger? So if you want to have your say on that, then let me know down in the comments below whether you should have signed a player, who you should have signed, and why you should have signed him, and what fee as well. Yeah. So for example, you could go as silly as saying Ousmane Dembele from Barcelona, because we need that pace and skill. I would pay, say, £60 million because of the calibre of player he is and the club that he's at, currently at. Just that kind of thing, really. So I think that's all the top 6 teams done. So we're now going to go on to the just rough overview of the Premier League. Right, we've reached the final bit of the video. If you've liked it so far, obviously like, subscribe, share, comment, all the usual kind of thing. And also leave the great answers to the questions that we've given down below, and then obviously I'll read through that and we'll look through it.
There will be some more questions coming up in this bit.
So the start of the new season, obviously on Friday, United Leicester kicking it off.
Sky Sports 1.
Yeah.
8 o'clock kick off.
Being a United fan, obviously I want United to win. Obviously Leicester have lost Mahrez to City, which is obviously quite good.
That'd be the big thing to see Leicester this year.
But I also think Leicester won't be a walkover. They've got Vardy, they've got Maguire, they've got a fairly solid squad. So I reckon it'll be interesting. Obviously, I hope United win. So I'll go with a 2-1 victory.
I reckon it'll be just a tight 1-0 Man United.
So
1-0, 1-1. I think unless Harry Maguire nicks it right at the end, like they did when they nicked the draw when they won the league.
Yeah, so obviously if you have your opinion on that, then again, drop it in the comment below.
We should talk about the new season's here. Finally,
we've waited way too long.
World Cup's gone, new kits are out, new signings, new managers, fans are excited, TV's ready.
Cameras are rolling again on Friday.
What do you reckon this season? City, big boys come up. Fulham,
Wolves and
Cardiff
are the big boys are coming up.
I reckon at the top, at the 3. I reckon prediction-wise for me, who goes down this year, who stays out of them 3. I think Fulham made big signs. Andre Schürrle's back in that Premier.
He is, yeah.
Used to play for Chelsea, went to Wolverhampton, went to Dortmund. Now he's back at Fulham on the season line.
I reckon he'll do good for Fulham alongside Ryan Sessegnon.
I reckon my predictions for them, who it says, I reckon it'd be Fulham and Wolves that start about the 3 that go down.
See, Wolves have got a solid team. They've got that Rui Patricio. I think he's on a free from Sporting Lisbon after what happened there, getting the fans like running into the training ground and starting to like attack them. I think it was because, I can't remember the whole story, but I think it was because of something to do with the club. So all loads of their good players have left on frees. So Wolves have done well there, picking up a fairly good keeper. They've also got Ruben Neves, who absolutely teared up the Championship. So hopefully he'll do good again for them this season. So yeah, the battle between them two, like in the Championship, will be very, very interesting.
Cardiff will go down.
So yeah, again, Cardiff have been in the league before and they've gone down. So I reckon they will go down again.
We'll see. The friendship between City's Pep Guardiola and Chelsea's Maurizio Sarri this year as well. We get to see how the friendship continues after the Charity Shield, where City pummeled Chelsea to 2-0, beat us for 2. But Aguero, reckon this year will be fire again.
I reckon Aguero and Kane will be up there again with goal scoring fire.
I think Salah would be up there as well.
Oh, and Salah as well. Yeah, how can we forget Salah? He was just amazing in his first season. So if we can keep that up, then that'll be good for Liverpool.
I wonder who the strugglers will be this year though.
See, for me, I think the strugglers will be Palace, even though they've got a couple of good players in, because they were close to going down last season. Cardiff. And
Newcastle.
And see, I think Newcastle are going to be alright. They've got Jermaine Lens. They've got a good solid squad.
They ain't got goal scorer there anymore. They lost Dwight Gale on loan to West Brom, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean they've got Dwight Gale, but I think if he's still there, or is it? Oh, he's gone to West Brom as well. Rondon. He's a goal scorer, but he's not like Aguero, Salah,
They got
Kane, all that.
Kennedy from Chelsea.
Yeah. I think so. For me, the teams that are going to get relegated, I think, obviously not in order. Cardiff. I reckon Bournemouth will go down this season, even though they've got a good team. They're just not. They've had a few like dodgy seasons, and then also, but I reckon Everton will be quite far down as well. I know they've got some good signings, but I don't think they're going to be that good. But yeah, so Cardiff, Crystal Palace, and I'm just going to say Everton. Obviously, it won't happen, but that's sort of who I think will go down.
I don't think it'll be there. I think it'll be a tough test for us. I think Palace. I think bottom half of the table is going to be the same old, blah blah. Who's down there? Huddersfield. My predictions for who goes down. I think Palace will be down there, but Palace will be down there. Bournemouth will be down there. Southampton, yeah.
Yeah,
again.
Southampton, yeah, they always seem to be down there and then scrape
My honest opinion and my predictions, I think it'd be Southampton, Cardiff. It'd be a toss-up between Huddersfield, Leicester maybe, because,
Leicester.
Mahrez. They lost Mahrez, they're not going to be the same.
Yeah, I suppose.
Palace, West Ham maybe, even though they
Yeah.
spent a lot of money. Newcastle... Not a lot.
So we can choose two of the three teams going down, but not the third.
Alright, yeah.
So if you want to do who do you think is going to go down? Your like bottom three. Again, put that in the comments. And then obviously the all important
Mid-table.
EFL champions. I reckon
Championship. Who's going to
will
go?
be-
I reckon Stoke. Stoke will be. They're
Stoke.
They're favourites to win it. They're favourites to win it. I think West Brom might be up there now because they got the White Gale.
Yeah, so they'll be. I reckon them two will be coming up. So if you're a championship,
Villa.
yeah, Villa. I'm surprised they didn't come up this season.
Any championship sides you support, comment on what team you are and how you think you're going to do, or if you think who's going to come. Your top three come up through the two automatic and playoffs in the championship. Comment below.
Just let us know what team you support and where you think you're going to finish.
It's all about in the Premiership this year. It's all about the big top 10.
So yeah, that's just a bit going off topic. They're talking about the championship.
Top 10?
So in the championship?
No, in the league.
In the league. So we'll go from 10 to 1.
10.
So 10, I feel, will be.
I think it'll be us.
I reckon it will be Everton. I reckon Everton will come they'll either go one of two ways. They'll either drop and go like really bad, like they had the start of the season just gone, and be like near the relegation, or they will scrape to 10th place.
But I'm going to be biased. I'm going to say Fulham. Fulham with the signs they've got. I think they'll be in the top 10 this year. Ninth for me will be somewhere around about Everton, Leicester, Watford, even maybe another one.
I reckon Watford will come 9th this season.
We lost for Richarlison, didn't they? Though.
Yeah, I suppose so.
Who do you reckon 8th?
If I would put 8th, I reckon I would put Southampton, to be honest. Only because they've got a couple of good players.
I won't put them there.
No? Where would you put them?
I'd put Southampton bottom half and switch with Wolves. I reckon Wolves could be 8th.
Yeah,
this year.
Wolves will be.
Wolves will be up there. 7th.
See, that's going to be hard. See, 7 to 1 is going to be quite hard.
7th. I'm going to go Tottenham. I'm not going to go Tottenham actually. I'm going to go somewhere like 7th would be like someone like Burnley.
See, I'd put Burnley higher than that. I'd put Burnley like 6th or 5th.
No, they're not going to finish that. I think they're going to be 7th, in between 7 and 10. I'm going to put Burnley 7th this year again because they've done well last year. They can do it. Get their players back. Maybe Joe Hart might show something. Chris Wood,
Chris Wood, yeah, he's a good shout.
I reckon 7th will be Burnley for me.
For 7th for me, I reckon. To be fair, off what you've just said, I'm going to have to agree with that. I can't think of any other team that would be around their kind of calibre in terms of they've also got I think it's the Europa League to do as well.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That's qualifying. Don't forget from if you finish 7th in this league. 6th is the 5th Europa League toss up between. For 6th will be a toss up between the likes of West Ham, and maybe West Ham because of the amount of signings they've signed. Arsenal, another one could be in the top 6. Tottenham maybe. I'm a bit good because Tottenham made no signings. I'm going to put them 6th this year. I reckon my prediction was 6th for them this year because they've made no signings. Same team. If they would have made signings, I would have put mine, but I don't think they're gonna. They're not. Nah, I don't think they'll be 6th. I think they'll be finishing 6th.
See, for me, I think. I mean, obviously, with Spurs making no signings, obviously they're not going to be as dangerous compared to everyone else, but they have got a pretty solid defence, a fairly good keeper, and a goal scorer. So for me, I would put them 5th or 4th, like just scraping into the Champions League. So for 6th, I would probably do. See, I don't really know. Again, there's a few teams that could get that place. Like we could get.
If you put it on the basis of the amount of signings they put.
On the amount of signings, I reckon 6th. See, I would 6th would probably for me have to be I would say Huddersfield, but again, they haven't made many signings, but they are a good team. Like,
we're gonna put Arsenal there first.
I mean, Arsenal could, I suppose, get there because they've got a couple of good signings.
Emery's first season,
Emery's first season, yeah.
Philosophy.
So like change of manager, change of team tactics, and all the rest of that. So yeah, thinking about that, I'm gonna go Arsenal 6th.
5th.
See, 5th to 1st is gonna be tight, really tight.
I know who I'm gonna go for 5th. Bases on what's happening at the minute.
So
I'm going to put Manchester United 5th this year. For the pure and fact simple is they're not as good. Liverpool going to be better than them this year. Liverpool, City, Chelsea, Ireland will be better than them this year. So I think Man United on the basis of who they've signed, they ain't got another good centre back. They ain't made a good centre back. They ain't got rid of Martial. I put man, they're going to struggle in the Champions League. I reckon they'll finish 6th this year. 6th Manchester United for me.
6th or 5th?
6th.
5th.
5th for me.
So I would put, even though you said that, I would put Chelsea 5th. Only because new manager, they've lost one of their best keepers. They've brought in another keeper, but it's not proven quality in the league, so that'll be interesting to see. And they've got Jorginho, they've got players like that which can do bits when they want to, but it depends whether they want to turn up.
Was that 5th with a trophy or 5th without a trophy?
I reckon you should go 5th. I reckon with a trophy, but what trophy you'd win, I'm not 100% sure.
If Chelsea were to finish, in my opinion, if Chelsea were to finish 5th this year, keep Sarri, I think we'd have to win the FA Cup or Europa League and be in the Charity Shield again.
Right,
so
okay.
Another 2.
So that's my prediction. So 4th again. I know we keep saying it, but the top 10 is always going to be chopping and changing right up until the end. Top 4 is going to
be the hardest issue with Liverpool, City, Chelsea, Arsenal, all them big clubs.
So I would put 4th. I don't know who I'd put 4th. Would you put 4th?
Me. Liverpool.
Really?
Liverpool. Alisson. They go with Liverpool. They have to have time to gel. Champions League, they want to win. They want to get back to the final again. The players got time to gel. The keeper's got time to gel. They need another centre back. Proven that Liverpool need another centre back. Lovren did well at the World Cup, but he can't do that for 38 games every season. The midfielders need time to gel, and obviously whoever you're going to play, if they play Stones like they say they are, then it's proven they're going to finish 4th.
Okay, yeah. See, for me, obviously the big teams are City, Chelsea, United, Spurs, and Arsenal. So I would put.
Actually, I am actually going to switch Man United. I'm going to switch my fit. I think for me, Man United are going to be in the top 4, but it's a toss up for me. I think I'm going to change my 5th to top. I think Tottenham 6th. Maybe I'm going to throw out. I'm going to put Leicester 5th this year. 5th if they do well. Yeah, 5th. 5th or in the bottom 3 if they do well this year. So they're going to either be in the bottom 3 and go down, or they're going to be in the top 5.
Okay.
This year.
See, I would put Spurs 4th, only because I'd probably have already said them, but I would only say that because they haven't made any signings this season. Genuinely, this window even. Sorry. We've got
3rd.
Just under 2 hours left and they haven't made any signings.
No.
It's just a joke.
So
third. See, I would put Arsenal third only because they've made a couple of signings to strengthen where they need to strengthen.
Yeah, that is true. Third for me, I'm gonna put Manchester United at third now.
Okay.
Basis on obviously how long the manager going to last, if they're going to get along with Edward Wood, the players get a gel. Pogba staying if he captains, where he plays him, how he does. The back line's gonna. The back line for me is the main, where everyone's
for me, we're just going to get, if we don't get a defender in the next 1 hour 58,
and you don't sell Martial.
It's just going to be a joke. If we don't get a defender in it, even if it is like a centre back, it's just going to be a joke.
Who do you think third for you?
See, third, I don't actually know, because I would go with Man United, but then I would want to go with like Man United second, only because I want the Manchester teams to do, obviously United to do better than City, but that's not going to happen. So,
never say never.
Third, I would put. See, I don't really know who I'd put third. I'm just going to put United third, because again, the signings, there hasn't been any like solid like out there signings.
The second and first for me is going to be a toss-up, right? For me, in my opinion, between Chelsea and City this year. Basis on why Chelsea second. If City lose the games against the big sides this year, I think Chelsea can win it. Because Chelsea gel Saturday and then beat the top teams in the first 10 games. Beat Arsenal, beat Liverpool, Man United. I think Chelsea could win the title this year, but I think as it stands at the minute, if City don't lose any games, I think Chelsea second, City first for me. Second and first for you?
Obviously, City, unfortunately, I'm a United fan, but it's going to pain me to say it. I reckon City are going to retain the league. Obviously, they've got the injury-prone company, but they've got, and obviously Laporte's injured as well, as we said earlier. But no one's going to be able to touch them. Let's just be real. No one's going to touch them. So that's who I have winning the league. Second, I can't remember if I've already said them or not, but I would say Liverpool second, only because their signings, they've bolstered where they need to bolster. They've got more midfielders in. Obviously, they've lost Chan to Juventus, but they've got a similar player, if not better players in. They've also got obviously Salah, who can. It's like City, that no one's going to be able to catch them if they're on fire.
There is just to let you know, guys, there is 2 lots of breaking news on Sky Sports. Chelsea new keeper Kepa is going to have his first unrevealing interview this afternoon. And if you're a Cardiff or Bournemouth fans, you've got some sad news. Harry Arthur is opting out of Bournemouth and going to have a Cardiff medical before the window shuts. He is going there on a bid. We don't know how much it's for, but it looks like he's going to Cardiff on a transfer from Bournemouth to Cardiff today.
So that's going to be interesting for both teams. If you don't agree with our prediction of the league, then don't be afraid to put it in the comments. So we did the 1st to 10th. We did mid-table, so 11th to 15th, and then we did the bottom half as well. So the key bits that we would want to know from you: who would come 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, 18th, 19th, and 20th. So obviously the relegation zones,
the Europa League,
and also who would get into the Europa League. So again, put that in the comments below.
And comment in below if you think who's going to get further in the chat out the English clubs in the Champions League and Europa League. So in the Champions League you have Man City, Tottenham, Liverpool and Manchester United. Who's going to get further in there? Comment below. Now Europa League maybe is Chelsea and Arsenal at the minute, but if Burnley win their next 2, they'll be in there. So comment who will get further out of them 3 in there as well.
So thanks for watching the video. Sorry it's been fairly long, but we had to cover what we had to cover. Hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.